Hey guys, what's up? It's your old pal CHH here today. So one of the biggest pillars on this YouTube channel is physical media, and horror being the biggest of all. Let's go back to the past today. Back in the 80s and 90s, they used to really do some cool stuff to promote said movies coming out, especially horror titles. Now these were what were called video store standees. When you go into a mom and pop video store or something like that, you may be greeted to this life-size standee of maybe Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, or other movies, tons of movies. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, there'll be a life-size Leatherface in there promoting the film. Back in the day, on the video shelf, budget wasn't really a thing that mattered. It was all about artwork and presentation. So even the bigger studios were going all in on promotion, things like that for horror films. So what I wanted to do today was show you guys some really cool video store standees that existed back in the day, and I'll even show you some of the ones that I have. Being a big Elm Street guy, I've got two. So what do you say we go look at my two display pieces I have, and then we'll go online and try to find some really cool ones from some horror films that you know and love. Okay guys, so here's my A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 video store display. I've told the story a bunch before, but I'll tell it really briefly just again. I have a friend, shout out to my buddy Sean, if you see this Sean, who actually hooked me up with a guy who had all this stuff, and I was able to get to it before it hit all the eBays and stuff like that. But it's really cool, and I love Freddy over the house. And here's my A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 video store display, which I love, and I got it from the same guy, by the way. Just a taunting look. Look at that face. I really like this. I don't know if there was actually a life-size for Part 1. I think there was a tabletop version for Part 1, but Part 2 was definitely one that got a life-size video store display, and it's promoting it on video cassette. Although it also came out on Laserdisc. You'll see sometimes on the standees, they'll actually say available on video cassette and Laserdisc. They'd say that a lot on the home video posters. But yeah, it's a gorgeous piece, and it's tall. It's well over 6 feet tall. So those are my two that I own. And shout out to my pal, John Flesher, who I've become good friends with through YouTube, and he has some of the coolest Elm Street ones. So here was Part 3. Here is Part 5, which is so cool with the baby carriage. I really want that one. And the coolest one is this Freddy's Dead one with the big VHS in there. Yeah, the Elm Street ones definitely got some really cool standees, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I forgot about New Nightmare. That got a pretty cool one too. Just this really cool shot of Freddy on the front. I dig that. Alright guys, here's a tabletop Night of the Creeps standee, and I want to give a shout out to the Facebook group Horror, Video Store, and Theater Standees, because a lot of these photos came from there, like this incredible Return of Living Dead Part 2 that I would in fact sell my soul to the devil to own. Here's a really cool Army of Darkness one that actually has it promoted as Evil Dead 3, and I really think they did that to kind of cut down on confusion. Here's an Evil Dead 2 one, Kiss Your Nerves Goodbye. Really like the look of that one, with the double skulls. It's a legendary image. Here is Hellraiser 2, or Hellbound Hellraiser 2, with the thunder in the background. Pretty cool. Not great, but pretty good. I love this. Look at this TerrorVision display with the eyeball on the front. That's such a fun movie. TerrorVision. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Critters. This is a tabletop standee as well, and it's gorgeous. I feel like Critters is still like... I need to rewatch Critters again. I love that movie. It's really good. Now, this is a hanging sign for Friday the 13th. You always know I gotta sneak in some Friday the 13th stuff, and it's promoting 1 through 5 on VHS. Here's a tabletop for the Monster Squad from Vestron Video. Everybody's excited that's coming to 4K from Kino Lorber. This Thriller Video Elvira standee is absolutely to die for. Just imagine being in the presence of that. It would probably just make your jaw drop. Here's another tabletop one, guys. This is Gremlins. Very classic. I always loved this image for Gremlins as a poster. Next up, guys, here is a tabletop for the Funhouse. Pray to get in, or pay to get in, and pray to get out. That's more like it. Now this, guys, I just had to share. This is a little tabletop standee for Paramount promoting their VHS movie sale, Spooktacular Savings, and on the inside, look at that. Now, 1995, you get cool little images of a witch and a black cat, and they're promoting Friday the 13th yet again. Here is Child's Play 2 video store display, and that is absolutely amazing. It's kind of 3D, like a greeting card that opens up, the way it's, you know, it's really cool. Here's They Live with some sunglasses, and as you can see, the sunglasses on this one are a little damaged, but very, very cool. Gotta love that. Next up, we have Phantasm 2. Again, man, This was the heyday for this kind of stuff, guys. Incredible. And last but not least for this version is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 one. This is the most legendary one. I love this one. Definitely one I want to own one day. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, God knows I could do a Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. It's a really fun thing to do, going back into the past and looking at how awesome it was when they promoted films. There's so many great ones, and I'm still learning about some that I never knew existed. For instance, that Return of the Living Dead 2 Standee, I saw that the other day online, and my jaw hit the floor. I don't know how rare that thing is, but God knows they probably don't have a lot of them existing anymore today. But anyway, guys, what was your favorite video store standee we looked at today? If there's one that you haven't seen that you would like to see, tell me about it down below, and I'll be sure to put it in a Volume 2 down the road. Anyway, guys, this is your old pal CHH. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.